Hey, what's good, y'all? It's McTrade. It's my first ever YouTube video, so we'll see what happens. We'll hope for the best. Don't really know what to expect, but today's video we're just gonna go over a trade recap. We're gonna go over why I took the trade, why I took profit, where I took profit, and pretty much like my entire mental going through the entire trade and what like I'm thinking. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So pretty much coming into every market session, every trading session, I try to draw out all my draws and liquidity, all my potential draws and liquidity. So I start on the daily time frame. We have this daily low right here, this daily low right here, and this daily high, previous day high. So those were some main draws I wanted to see happen or get targeted. And then we go down into lower time frames. This is still the 4 hour time frame, and we had the session high, which is London high, and then another session high, which is Asia high. And then this is the previous day high as marked earlier. So yeah, I actually took two trades today. The first trade was a break-even trade, and the second trade was a winner, $900 across all my accounts. So yeah, market opens pretty much. Market opens and we pump. We straight up rip to the upside, right? So after seeing that and seeing the sweep, I honestly took longs, right? My initial bias was bearish, but after seeing the pump, I wanted to see continuation longs, which in hindsight was pretty stupid, but it was a trade I took. It was a trade that got break even, so I don't really care. You know what I mean? So during market open, we sweep out some lows right here, sweep out lows. All these lows just got swept by this candle over here. Let me take off my magnet, right? Boom. All these just got swept. Oop, wrong line. Right. Boom. And then we absolutely pump up to the upside. And what I wanted to see was a retrace and then continuation to go longer and target that London high that I marked out earlier. Boom. This is my fib, and pretty much I wanted to see us go back into this range right here, which is optimal trade entry or OTE, which is a ICT concept, which is the basis of my strategy, is targeting liquidity using ICT concepts, right? So my target was this London high, which we did not hit. And then we come back into this OTE range, and we had this displacement candle right here. This candle right here was my displacing candle that gave me the idea to go long pretty much. And then we left a fair value gap right here. We left this fair value gap after tapping into OTE, and pretty much I entered off just this gap, targeting that London high, and my stop was right here under that swing low, and my stop was right here, targeting that London high. This was my first trade of the day. Honestly, looking back at it, not that bad of a trade, but obviously it didn't play out, right? But I said I got break even on this trade, even though we did not actually hit my break even point. Why is that? Because at the same time as I'm watching this trade play out, I'm watching ES at the same time. And ES actually took out this high. Right here, it took out this high and left an SMT. Oh, let me just mark that out. Boom. So this time frame and this time, ES took it out while NQ didn't. Let me show y'all. So y'all don't think I'm lying. Boom. I already have it marked out right here. ES took out this high while NQ didn't. So knowing that, I moved my stop to break even because there was a potential, there's SMT there, right? So knowing that, I moved it to break even. And that actually saved me. And that SMT was actually the basis of my second trade, which was the winner, which is this trade right here. Let me mark everything out, and I'll go into why I took it afterwards. Boom, boom, boom. Targeting these lows. All right. So why did I take this trade after getting stop break even? Pretty much, let me get rid of this also. We failed to take out that London high, right? We failed to take out that London high. I don't really want to see us go back down and then go back up. That's just bad price action, in my opinion. I probably wouldn't take a trade if that were the case. So what's the next point of interest? The next possible draw liquidity was those previous day lows marked out earlier on the daily time frame, and pretty much these relative equal lows right here. These equal lows right here on top of the daily lows underneath us were pretty strong draws that made me believe that, okay, we're probably going to go lower. On top of this SMT, I was like, yeah, price is probably going to drop right now. Let me find an entry. And then pretty much it was a CISD, which is a confluence I don't typically enter off of, honestly. I typically enter off of inversions and like displacing candles, but I saw this. Let me mark it right here. I don't even have a CISD marker, but yeah, it was this CISD. price closed underneath this bullish candle, and then we tapped back into it, and that was my entry. So pretty much 0 points of drawdown. We had literally like this wick was the only piece of drawdown we ever had, and then we just targeted these relative equal lows as mentioned before, and then I break even right here. So yeah, this was the basis of my trade. My exit was these equal lows. I could have targeted that previous day low, but I don't know why I targeted on high side. I probably should have, but I just targeted these equal lows down here. Mainly, my belief is that I didn't target those lows because I believe that once we took these out, we could have actually ended up going to those London highs, which we actually ended up doing later on in the session, but that's beyond the point. So pretty much targeted those equal lows, break even at the internal low, CISD entry, SMT. That's like 4 different confluences you could have had. On top of that, this 930 low was never tagged, which is another draw on liquidity that I love to target, because more oftentimes than not, the market will end up going towards the both. Damn, school bus just went by. But pretty much, market will oftentimes take out both sides of the 930 candle, and seeing that we failed to take it out this first short just gave me an extra bit of confidence that, all right, we're going to take out those lows, right? So pretty much that is the basis of my strategy, was targeting liquidity, finding different liquidity pools, and then ICT concepts on getting there. The main confluences I like to target or use are SMTs and then inversions. Those are like the top 2 confluences that I like to use. And then higher time frame, fair value gaps, which are like the 5, 15, 1 hour time frame, fair value gaps, and then pretty much CISDs, order blocks. Those are all confluences that I also use, but not as often really. Like those are the type of trades that I'll take, but I really look for the inversion fair value gaps and the SMTs. And yeah, that's pretty much the basis of my trading strategy. And the trade I took today, I banged out for $900 across all my accounts. And I entered literally with only 3 micros. My stop was 72 points. Like, it doesn't look that big, but these candles were pretty big points wise. So if I were to enter with 1 mini like I have been the past week, I probably would have got cooked. Or honestly, I probably wouldn't have got cooked just because I was barely in a drawdown. But yeah, this is why you got to trade with proper risk management and adjust your contract sizing depending on the actual stops and not just the point size, or just on the point size and not just the contract size, you know? Because if any other day, if I would have went 25 points in drawdown, which is literally this magnet right here, look how small that stop is. That is the same amount as I risking that much just because I changed my contract size. But we'll get all into that in a different video. This was just the first video I ever made, so it's probably not like crazy good, but you know, who cares? I'm trying to be authentic, just put myself out there. But yeah, that's just the trade recap of the trade I took today. Bang $900 across my accounts. 4 more days on this and I'll get another payout. So hopefully we get there. But yeah, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Catch you on the next one.